Welcome to Charlottesville, home of the University of Virginia and the Cavaliers, where around here they say learning never ends, and they hope to teach a lesson in this one. A Big Ten showdown is coming, conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. The Cavaliers will put toe to leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The LSU Tigers offense will have the first possession of the game. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Got it behind the line. It's Hubbard.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
This was one of the keys to the game. Could this quarterback, could he extend plays and then make throws in scramble situations? That time, the defense was able to get to him and bring him down for a huge loss.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. So Virginia's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys in the leads. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Dumps it to the back. And that pass intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Dances away. The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. After the big first down sack, it's 2nd down. Off play action. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
Getting some heat. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
In these situations, 3rd and eternity, I know exactly what to do. I'm putting more DBs on the field. I know it's a pass, my best pass defenses, and then I turn my pass rushers loose. Go get that QB.
Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Coverage was all over him before he had a chance to breathe, and they knock him down deep in his own territory. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. And boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. He's going to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that is the way you set the tone. Man, early and often. Here in the first quarter, getting your first sack, Nice job by this defense. They had 4 last week, and it's looking like today it's going to be more of the same.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's going to pass on second down. Quick strike complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And the Cavaliers in the hurry up. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gonna take a shot. He's got it down the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
The Cavaliers look to keep this drive humming. Give to the running back. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry.
The counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack. All of a sudden, 2 guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quickly.
For what,
basketball? Keeps you off balance and really keeps you on the edge.
They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I did not see that. I haven't looked at the phone today on Twitter.
The first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's
San
about
Francisco
to make sure I can get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big
6'5".
It has been all defense.
So they got guards.
Time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
If they beat out USC, that means they gave him a lot of money.
Give out of the gun.
USC's throwing around numbers. So,
and it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
That's how big of a change.
Cavaliers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal.
I'm going to have to look up his highlights.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Virginia. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
First down here for the offense. They'll try the run. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, the ground game. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC championship game, and that's what You see LSU, that's what I've always thought of watching them growing up. When you watch the way they run their offense, usually it starts with the physicality in the ground game.
He'll take a shot. And just too much on that pass. Too high, too wide, out of bounds and incomplete. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got his man. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Shakes off the tackle. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
And the Tigers have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Spins away. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you've played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
The Cavaliers want to pick up the tempo. To the air on 1st down. Feeling some heat. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Still running at the 40. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. And the Cavaliers have it with a 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Quarterback will audible. 3rd down play from the gun. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab well past the sticks. They'll immediately call timeout.
That is a huge play early in this game. We came into this thing wondering just how aggressive this offense wanted to be, and there you go. First half, 4th and long. We're not bringing the punter out on the field. We've got a guy that we think can read the defense and deliver a strike, and we've got playmakers stretching the field vertically. They show you how dangerous they can be on that last 4th down there.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's looking to throw. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Cavaliers!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Content with what they have, the quarterback takes a knee. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. LSU 7. He'll call for the fair catch here. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They opened this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. On 4th down, going to the air. Finds his man, and they convert. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Here's the handoff. Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy.
He's going for the big play. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted.
Hold it. Offense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man down the middle. He's loose. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Virginia! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do right.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Got it in the middle. It's Hubbard. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. A third down try for the offense. To the ground to try to pick up the first. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Virginia has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. He's got him, and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. The Tigers are on the move. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds his tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Grab behind the line. It's Hubbard. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground, take away that run game, make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
On second down, looking again to throw. Scrambling away. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Using his legs, it's Speedy. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt.
And look, obviously you would have loved to score a touchdown there, but you did the important thing. Kicked a field goal, you're now within 1 possession. Can your defense get you the football back, and can your offense drive the field and put it in the end zone? This is what you practice for. Let's see if they can go execute, fellas.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. And they're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run now.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team. If they're having this much success on the ground, it starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
The Cavaliers will snap it on 1st and 10. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. Looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on 1st down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Now on 2nd down. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Open space at the 25. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll go right back to the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Leaves it with the back.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Trying to punch it in. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
Some would say run out the clock, some would say I don't need to add points, but here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at 0, and that's how this one will...